this is going to be the secret unknown live that nobody hears about. Here we are in the shadow of the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, East River, Brooklyn. What the heck am I doing in Brooklyn? Well, my grandma died a few days ago, so I'm here for the funeral, which was now yesterday. But you can take me out of my natural place, but you can't take the natural place out of me. Beep, 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 beep. Ah, aha. This is what I'm doing in Brooklyn. I found locks. They all look like they kind of suck, and I can't really see. Hello, one person who was watching me. Locks, locks, locks. Hello. Oh my God, 21 people are watching. Why? What's up, peeps? I'm in Brooklyn where I do not belong. Oh, I love question like this. My favorite question: the duck-sized horse or the horse-sized ducks? From if my Cyrillic is correct, it's. Did I get your name vaguely right? Is my Cyrillic all right? All right. Thank you. Thank you to Daisy Girl, to Louie, to Narwhals, to Sakuna. Basically, I don't know what the heck I'm doing here in Brooklyn, but here I am. Well, I know what I'm doing in Brooklyn, but like, oh man, somebody's smoking the dank weed right now. Oh, definitely the gorilla. I feel like I could like, I feel like I could convince the gorilla. What is this? This is just me bullshitting. I decided to do an impromptu live. I'm looking at this Lovelock Bridge over the Belt Parkway in Brooklyn. That's the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. Yeah. My grandma passed away a few days ago, so I'm in town for the figured I'd go visit some random Lovelock bridges and see what's up. God, that used to be a lock, but now it's just a shackle. That's interesting. All right, hold on. So let me, all right. So, all right. I'm pretty sure I want to take the, okay, let me, all right, hold on. I want to see what the situation is. The questions. Okay, Mr. D, but in Russian. said, or Ukrainian, whichever you prefer. Uh, keys on Van Nuys. D D D D D D D D D D D D D. Uh, wanted to know about duck-sized horses or horse-sized ducks, and I think I'm going to go with duck-sized horses. They're more friendly. Yeah, it happens. I feel like I could get the horse-sized ducks to be on my side, whereas like 100 or sorry, I feel like I could get the duck-sized horses to be on side, whereas the horse-sized ducks would just be like just quacking in my face and trying to bite my nuts off. So there's thank you. You know, she lived to 99, so it was a long life. Um, but let's see what else. Mike Tyson or gorilla? I'm pretty sure I could use a Jedi mind trick on the gorilla to like make him think I didn't want to fight him or something like that. Whereas Mike Tyson would just want to throw hands. Like he would make me his bitch so quickly, it's not even funny. Um, let's see what else. Oh, okay. Do I have an opinion on My Chemical Romance? Not a super concrete one because TBH, not like semi indifferent. Not to be a hater, sorry, but but um, yeah, I will say this. I'm a millennial, so I kind of grew up when bands like MCR and Panic and Fall Out Boy and all that were super hot shit, and they're not anymore, for better or for worse. But they were all into some super skeevy stuff. Like, thank you, Daisy Girl. Trust me, usually it's me feeding cats. Um, but yeah, they were all into super skeevy stuff, and like they all had like relationships with young girls that were like stuff. So I'm not sure I'm jiggy with that per se, but like Welcome to the Black Parade is an all-time great emo album. So that's my take on MCR. Also, they weren't quite as terrible as like Pete Wentz and the Fallout Boy peeps. Those guys were straight predators. You know, it's kind of a shame. Rock MCR might still be great, but rock and roll is a shadow of its former self. All right, thank you, Daisy Girl, for swinging by. Thank you, Felix fan. I'm in a city that is not my own for my grandmother's funeral, so I'm here on some random bridge picking locks. That's what we're going. That's what's going on. Louis, I'm so sorry. I I'd like to say right now that I support you as well, and I'm sorry for the way things have been going for you recently. If you live in the United States, because it's not, it's rough. But yeah, like especially the worst of the worst, in my opinion, were Fall Out Boy. But that whole like emo pump scene of the early 2000s, they made some great music, but they also were like they also had some serious pre- predator instincts that I don't really get down with, um, and that we shouldn't be supporting or encouraging. But uh, you know, it's also like it is. I mean, there was also like when I was a young adult slash late adolescent, I was big into like the 2010s uh emo or indie rock scene that was around LA and New York and what have you. Uh some of the bands turned out to be really cool, but some of them were just straight predators too. And it was like, oh great, the Orwells are all horrible human people. Yeah, no, I think of those 3 big like, the big 3 of, like, 2010s emo pop punk, I think MCR were by far the best, both artistically and, as far as, treating people who were very down on the power dynamic to them. But yeah, it was it was pretty lame of what of Patrick Stump and all those people. Just don't treat children like shit. Like it shouldn't be that hard, but apparently it is. All right, tragedy turns triumph. Oh, I'm just talking about early 2000s emo pop punk bands and how the fact that many of them, namely namely Fall Out Boy and Panic, but there's other ones too, were like super predatory. But yeah, uh, I yeah, but Louis, like I said, I'm totally, I'm loving and accepting of you 112%, and and I also, I know that MCR have been very supportive of the LGBT community, which is fantastic to see. Um, but yeah, they're definitely within that. You can't. No, I'm not like here. Don't get me wrong. There were definitely a bunch of songs that they made. D- Dude, dudes. Okay, rock and roll in and of itself is super predatory. Like historically speaking, like think about Iggy Pop doing um, "Sweet 16" or or Joey Ramone singing "Hey Little Girl, I Want to Be Your Boyfriend." Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's skip them. Let's skip them, Louis. Okay, hold on. B has something. You can't be this. How do you think I am, bruh? And have opinions that stretch this far on pop punk bands. People only say that this age when they're grooming. Like I said, how do you think I am, cuz? I'm not that old. But yeah, MS, yeah, we don't need to talk about mindless self-indulgence. We don't need to talk about all the like other people who were skeevy from like Avenged Sevenfold and all those scumbag bands. Come on, B, I'm talking to you directly. Come on, make yourself known. What's my excuse? How old do you think I am? Come on. Yeah, like I said, Panic and Fallout Boy were seriously sus. And I mean, like I always said, you know, as a millennial, I became an adult when like the captured tracks bands were big, like Real Estate and Wild Nothing and Beach Fossils and uh who else? From LA, there was the smell scene, like No Age and Mika Miko, who later went on to form Bleached and whatnot. Point is, you know, a whole bunch of them turned out to be a bunch of predators. The lead singer from Surfer Blood was a piece of shit. The lead singer from uh or the lead guitarist from Real Estate was touching girls. Um, the Orwells were all a bunch of skeevy pigs. Arcade Fire, dude. Oh, dude, it was such a gut punch to me, musically speaking, to find out that Win Butler was a scumbag. Oh, that one hurt personally. That one hurt right here. But yeah, Jimmy Urine can burn in hell. They all suck. Yeah. Speaking of suck, I hate how friggin' humid it is right now, dudes. I'm a Californian. I don't belong in this fucking humidity. Well, I mean, uh, it's also a power dynamic thing. Salty Marie. It's when people are in a in a position of power, they have the ability to manipulate people, especially when the people they're manipulating are kind of starstruck and they're like, "Wow." Okay, Louis, question. Question: can you can you are you able to separate the art from the artist? Because like I mean, you know, because I mean, I'm not 100% consistent on that. Like, there are some people who I think are repugnant and I just can't listen to their music anymore, like in good conscience. And there are some people where I'm just like, oh, you're a piece of shit. But God, the like patient zero of this would be somebody like Michael Jackson, who I'm like, yeah, you're just a high key predator. Um, Dean Ping, dude, what am I doing in Brooklyn, cuz? Um, but yeah. Um, Like, Michael Jackson was such a high key predator, but he also made Beat It and Billie Jean and Bad and just Wanna Be Starting Something, PYT. Oh my god, so many good songs made by Michael. And the stuff he did during the Jackson 5 period. Shake Your Body Down to the Ground, ABC. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of the thing. And like, yeah, like for me, like I mentioned, Arcade Fire was a gut punch for me. Like I can like Funeral was such a like cornerstone album to my adolescent years. And sorry, it just well, number one, a lot of that like early 2000s indie shit doesn't really hit the same way. But yeah, it like it doesn't hit the same way. Dean, guess what, dude? I'm literally scouting Lovelock Bridges in Brooklyn. Cause that's the kind of scumbag I am. I thought to myself, yo, my grandma died on Wednesday. A funeral was well, like, I guess now it's technically Saturday, so the funeral was yesterday. But yeah, I was like, dude, I need to go scout me some Lovelock Bridges and just decompress after all this crap. So here's where I am. Verrazano Bridge over there. Verrazano Bridge over there. Did I eat anything? Yeah, plenty. Hi, Sakuna, welcome back. Yeah, but like, yeah, but like, did I remember to take? No, Dean, you know I'm raw dogging adult ADHD hardcore. Adderall is for the weak, my boy. What you do is you wake up, smoke a shit ton of weed, and then just go through the day going, "What am I supposed to do? Huh? I ate money? No, I ate food. I just ate food. Oh my god, is that a cop in an electric Mustang Mach-E? Lols, dude. Lols. Man, if I ever get in a car chase with an electric car, I'll just keep going. I'll be like, I'll be like, I know how far I can take my car doing 100 miles an hour. I bet yours won't go nearly as far. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, and I want to say this for y'all who are kind enough to join me for this brief and very surprise impromptu live, but also for anybody who might watch this later. I'm sad that my grandma's dead, and this is my final grandparent. So you know, I get the distinct pleasure of saying I never need to do any more of these funerals ever again. Uh, which is fantastic news. Never want to do it. But you know what? My grandma lived to 99 years old, and that's a life well lived. And to be honest with y'all, the last 5 years of her life, she was very much an introvert and very much she was oftentimes nonverbal. And it so like it's actually been several like she's been on borrowed time for several years now. And like and it's also been kind of several years since the grandmother I grew up with. and used to know was there, as it were. Um, but yeah, but you know what? You know, I'm here with my family, the majority of them, and now we move forward with dignity and grace, hopefully. Um, but she lived a long life. Everybody in my family is joking that she didn't want to make it to 100 years old because she was like, no, I don't want that fucking congratulations on getting it to 100 years old letter from Donald Trump. My grandma was like, nope, checking out right here at 99. What? Fuck you, D. The last words that came out of my grandma's mouth were, before I go, fuck Donald Trump. Speaking of no Diddy, Donald Trump. By the way, in case y'all are curious why Diddy got away with such a dude, turn your fucking brights off. What the shit? Why? Hey, Janice. Yeah. Not to make it political and scare away half of y'all, all of y'all red team peeps, but the reason Diddy's getting away scot free, the reason Epstein files mysteriously disappeared, I, I wonder if it has to do, to quote Kendrick Lamar as the Angelino, them predators move in flocks. And I wonder if it's the predator who's the predator president, who's like, hmm, I think now is the time to get people distracted with useless bullshit like Diddy and Epstein. Delbert, I'm in New York, my dude. I'm in Brooklyn for my grandma's funeral. So this is the only time I will ever, well, I mean, at least for the next several years, because I don't, I just don't, I don't have the time or the money to travel. But we're gonna check it out. Believe it or not, my dudes, especially for my lock picking dudes, there is some cool shit on this bridge that we're coming up to. So bear with me. I don't feel like running at 3 in the morning, but there's some cool shit. There's also just a lot of just general shit, but there's also some really cool stuff. So yeah, let's roll. Let's roll, baby. Broncos country. Let's ride. Janice, what part of Queens? Because my mom grew up in Rockaway Beach. That's where my grandma lived. That's where I'm staying right now. I'm not telling you exactly where in Rockaway Beach. Somewhere Ray, what? What? Astoria. Woohoo! I have a bunch of friends in Astoria. Um, so a lot of hipster types, yuppies or whatever they call them these days. Uh, live in that area right now because you know it's kind of cool, kind of not, kind of affordable, kind of not. It's kind of I mean, I don't know if there's anything in New York City, much like where I'm from in LA. I don't know if there's any place that's affordable, but all right, we are arriving. Yeah, Delbert's not wrong. It's kind of bougie. All right, Delbert, it's all good. Look, I'm gonna be 100% fine. Like I said, my grandmother lived a long life. She got to see at least some of her grandchildren get married. She didn't get any great grandkids, but I think she'll be okay. And you know, yeah, I had teenage depression once too, Louis. It sucks. Let me tell you one thing. There's one song I cannot listen to right now, and it's "Depreston" by Courtney Barnett. All right. Sorry, I don't actually do Call of Duty, my dude, but I wish you luck in that regard. I pick locks in the real world. Um, so, guys, yo. I thought this was just some American thing. It's not, my dudes. It's a friggin' multi-lock junior. Multi-lock junior, Delbert. Look, it's a friggin' multi-lock, my guy. I brought picks, but not dimple picks. Also, there's no way I'm trying a multi-lock at 2 a.m. in a strange city that I'm not 100% sure on the legal rules as far as picking locks here. What are the best doorknob locks for your house? Realistically speaking, anything that's made decently, because people don't pick in. They're gonna smash your window long before they try to pick a lock. That being said, quickset smart keys more than good enough in the United States. Okay, let's see. Okay, check out American Series 50. I haven't seen any stray kitties yet, Janice, but if I do see them, I'm definitely gonna say hi. Right now we're doing yeah. Effectively speaking, for anybody who's curious, in the real world, smart key is not going to be picked by anybody. Yes, McNally or the lock picking lawyer or whoever can come in and open that lock fairly quickly. But in the real world, they're not going to do that. And all your locks need to do in the real world is just be harder to open than the window next to your front door. Because if they are, then that's going to be the attack vector. They're going to throw a rock through the window. Oh, Louis, can I make a recommendation then? If you do not listen to the Hotelier, then you absolutely should. Especially their sophomore album, Home Like No Place Is There. It's absolutely a beautiful piece of kind of genderqueer indie rock slash emo. But yeah, Gilbert and Dean, since I know you folks are lock pickers, there's a lot of shit. But yeah, that American lock and the multi lock, pretty freaking cool. What else we got here that's cool? Um, there's not much. Whether it's legal or not, I don't know. But I got this master lock, and what else? I got that master lock, and I got this little Brady Abus 41. First ever key retaining Abus 41 I've ever seen. Kind of funky because usually I'm used to them having spring feedback. But yeah, there's some cool. There's some like. I mean, there's a lot of doo doo caca like. That's ja. But like some of the stuff kind of cool. Like this U-Haul seems like it could be kind of fun. And y'all know how I feel about Ace brass locks. I'm not even going to touch this though, because my respect to this person. Brass lock, brass shackle, 100% rust free. You get to keep your lock today. If this was Los Angeles, it was coming with me. But this is not Los Angeles. Um, let's see what else. Master lock number one, looking juicy. This is also so close to the water that I think these guys really lock up after a little while, and they're just there's no way. There's no way. Yeah, Delbert, I like like I said, if it was in LA where I live, that brass lock is coming with me, but this isn't, so I'll give them a little leeway and respect. Lost my glasses. Oh no. Let me briefly be a Jewish mother since I am, after all, born Jewish. I lost my glasses. I can't find my glasses. Here, have you seen my glasses? Okay, we keep it pushing. But yeah, dude, Delbert, any of the New York City pickers who can come in and get this friggin' multi-lock love block. First off, respect to these people for doing a multi-lock love block. I can I can respect that big time. But number two, anybody who can get that off this bridge, especially as fucking humid it is right now, my dudes. I'm sweating bullets. Um, I my props to them. So yeah, the rest of it's kind of shit, to be honest. But iron. Um, Like there's a lot of these, like, the Harbor Freight special. Yo, this used to be a Master 141. You can tell. This is half of a Master. For those of you who don't pick locks, this little rusty piece of shit used to look like. Let's see if we have a 141 handy. Beam bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. That little rusty piece of shit used to look like this. It might not have been pink necessarily, but it used to look like this. I think I sense that this one is dead forever, but we're gonna give it a crack because I've got a comb, I got a 4-pin comb with me. What, Ray? I'm picking locks to commemorate my grandmother who passed away recently, and I'm in a place I'll probably won't be back to in a long ass time. Yeah, I can't explain this, my dudes. It's either they really wanted the lock or they really wanted the lock down. They're like, I hate that bitch I used to be with. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I feel like this one. I can't remember what number the pink one is. 142, 146, something like that. 145 maybe. We're gonna give it a quick. It's either gonna open very easily or not at all because it's gonna be frozen solid with all the. Oh yeah, it's not gonna open at all. I can't even get the pins to move. Yep, yep, not moving. I can't even get the comb in because the pins are frozen solid. Nope. The only way that's coming down is destructively. That sucks. That's the thing with being so close to the water is the or the ocean specifically is that the salt spray freezes up the lock quite quickly and quite severely. Like I gave a shot at that American lock, the Series 50, this one right here. But first off, as y'all know, as I've said publicly more than once, I suck at picking American locks. Number one and number two, this thing's it's not terrible, but it's definitely got some gunk in it. Uh, it's gunk. Yeah, you are not wrong, Delbert. American lock is pain. I think I need a new 4-pin comb though, because this thing ain't working on any 140s. Oh, I stand corrected. There we go. Boom. Let's try this one. It's kind of difficult to do this one-handed. I'm not gonna lie. That'll never work. Yeah, I need a new comb, my dudes. Look at that. It's not. It's fully seated, but it's not turning the cylinder. Anywho, I love you, Grayson. Oh, look, 12. Boom. I'm alive because of you. Not gonna be alive for much longer. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. I don't need this 140. Here, we're making this chain longer. You're so lol. You're so lonely. Yeah, you're not wrong, Percy. My grandmother died a few days ago, so you can keep trolling while you're being a scumbag. But also I'm in a city that's not my own for the funeral, so but keep it pushing. Keep trolling. Keep trolling. Go there. And yes, I also picked the number three, Delbert. Look at this, another American lock, but it's a tubular, and I don't have a tubular pick with me. Also, I suck at tubular. Actually, as a matter of fact, I don't need any more 140s. So, whoop, this one goes here too. Molly, it's okay. My grandma lived to 100, or sorry, to 99 years old. That's a life. That's a full life, you know? And now I am slowly but surely starting a chain of love locks on a random bridge in Brooklyn. Why not? You know, Delbert, if I had a dimple rake, I'd maybe give it a shot just to see if it opened like on a whim. Do you want me to like okay, Delbert, here's what I got with me. I've got my EDC kit. So I've got Reaper, I've got Reaper, I've got Genesis, Echelon, kind of a hybrid of all three. I've got warded picks, and I've got a half diamond and a shit ton of tensioners. What do you think? I'm thinking either trying the like hockey puck or the half diamond and see if we can get something going. And I'll give it a shot for like 2 minutes. And if something happens, something happens. And if nothing happens, then we keep it going. And I stop the stream because realistically speaking, it's 3 in the morning and I'd like to go to sleep. I'm flying back to LA tomorrow. Half diamond. My thoughts exactly. This ain't gonna go well with pin and pin, dude. But we're gonna give it a shot because it's a freaking multi-lock, my dudes. All right. It's for grandma. No, grandma has the master 230 and the Avis Brady 41. Yes. Fat tension. Yeah, definitely trying to be careful right now, Janice. The biggest worry for me right now, I'm not gonna lie, is the sheer quantity of mosquitoes. The New York State mosquitoes love me in a way that I really can never reciprocate and don't want to. But Brooke stuff. This ain't gonna go. Uh It can be tension, Delbert, but what I'm worried about, which I'm feeling, is that I think needs at the very least a good hit of brake clean because I think it's rusted. Yeah, core's frozen. Like the pins move, but the core is friggin' locked up. Yeah, this needs a hit of brake clean and then followed by a hit of some sort of lube. This thing is a no go. Although, okay, wait. If it goes, the core goes this way, then the actuator also. Yeah, I'm okay. It's not going to work with a half diamond, but I'm wondering if I took the hockey puck, uh, or the hockey stick, warded pick and tried to turn the actuator. I wonder if this thing is shielded or not. American lock style. We're gonna give that a shot, and then we're gonna call the stream because, like I said, it's 10 after 3, and I'm tired. Do I do this every day? So, Bray, I pick locks every day just because it's a hobby that I'm very fond of, and it helps me. I actually was able to quit my a 15-year nicotine addiction because of lock picking. So yeah, I'm very thankful to lock picking, and I do it every day just to like help with cravings or whatnot. But as far as far oh wait, I don't think this is gonna work because it's a kick cylinder. So there's yeah, I can't access the back. Oopsies, never mind. Poop scoop. Um, but yes, I do pick every. I Yeah, I need to fly back to California tomorrow, Delville. So that's where we're at. But yeah, I pick every day just because I. Oh, Louis, teenage nicotine addiction. Don't do that. Speaking from experience. Um, but yeah, it's a hard thing to get rid of. I started smoking at 15 and didn't quit until I was in my 30s. So that's a piece of shit. Um, but um, but yeah, I pick every day. But this is the first and probably only time I'll ever be at this particular Lovelock Bridge. Um, just because uh, I don't like most millennials. I don't have the money to travel on a whim. So like I'm here because my parents paid for it so that I could go to my grandma's funeral. Like I'm not going to New York State anytime soon, which is kind of unfortunate because I feel like there's more than just this footbridge and the other one to excuse me to get from. Oh, Louis, unless you're stealing like a fuck shit ton of cigarettes, you're not quite fully addicted yet. Trust me, it can get really, really, really bad. But you know, you know, I mean, I'd yeah, yeah, like Devil said, I really hope it gets better because I mean, nobody like I think that's one thing that the olds in the house tend to not realize is that kids don't start smoking just because they think it looks cool. Although some of them certainly do that for that reason. They do it because they're stressed. I started smoking at I started smoking at 15 because I was stressed and depressed and freaking the fuck out about everything. You know, I probably, you know, and in a way, I kind of feel guilty because I probably like, I was never a cool guy per se, so to speak, but I was the coolest smoker of all because I rolled my own. So I had unfiltered hand rolled cigarettes. But people always think you look hella cool when you're doing that, even though you're just like trying to like fucking mainline cancer. So yeah, but yeah, I got a lot of people. I feel like I got a lot of people introduced and addicted to cigarettes just because they all wanted a taste of my hand tools. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not a weird sort of way. It makes perfect sense. It produces dopamine, which makes you feel better. Um, yeah, you know, that's a perfectly natural uh experience. I will say what Delbert is saying, becoming a pothead is recommended, I would say. You know, unless it gives you panic attacks, recommended from this one. But yeah, well, Louis, since you're a teenager, you're probably reading a lot of Kurt Vonnegut right now if you read. So, Kurt Vonnegut said, quote, that he smoked unfiltered Pall Malls because unfiltered is for the authentic suicides. The fake suicides smoke Pall Malls. I know I'm quoting it slightly, but I'm doing it from memory. So give me a fucking break. But point is, anybody who smokes an unfiltered cigarette really wants to end their life with the quickness. Speaking of which, I do not want to end my life with the quickness. My grandpa's old car, he died about 10 years ago. Whee! I love this. Oh yeah, unfiltered camels are quite the experience, Delbert. That and unfiltered Lucky Strikes. Woo. Um, but yeah, my dudes, uh, I don't know where the aux jack is on this piece of shit, but there's no USB in, there's no Bluetooth audio. It's like, what the shitbird is going on with cars from this period of time? There's no tape deck, so yeah, Louis, I first started smoking at 15. I I I woo! I I I uh I was hanging out with a friend named Ryan, and his dad was a smoker, and he left the window of his Chevy of his OBS Chevy truck down, and I stole a bunch of Camel number nines, women's cigarettes, literally marked towards women. Who the hell smokes cloves? I've smoked a couple packs of cloves, Delbert. They're fun for like the first three puffs, and then it's just like kind of Chinese water torture. But yeah, here's the loot. Like 140s on the. Shut up, dude. No, fucking Bluetooth off. How do I do this? It probably thinks. Do we have audio, by the way? No, there's no auxiliary. See, it's a CD aux, but it doesn't give you the option of Bluetooth. Also, shut. This is a Yeah, no, Bluetooth work, but it only pairs phone. It's no audio. It's so bizarre. I can make it literally a Bluetooth this is not a Bluetooth speaker. This is like a friggin' Bluetooth like those old Jabra headsets that you used to see on like business assholes. Like that's what this is. This is not a Bluetooth. Yeah, but yes, Bray, I'm okay. I'm rocking it. Let's check out the Lovelock. What I'm keeping is this Brady Abus 41, made in Germany. Deutschland, Deutschland, über alles. Boom. And this master, what is it? 230 or 220? 230. This one I think was all standard pins. I kind of did a hybrid rake pick on it, but when I get it back to LA, I'm gonna put in some spools and see if I can add a little tooth to it. Also, I think I'm not sure if I have blanks for this. I think it's 27 keyway, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna head back to my grandma's house, um, and nap because tomorrow I need to fly. And I'm not. And as I'm always reminded by my bougie ass friggin' parents, David, you don't have TSA pre-check, so you're gonna need to take your shoes, or we don't need to take our shoes off anymore. You're gonna need to do this and that and all the other thing. So gotta get to the airport early. Why do I sound like fucking Tarzan right now?
So with that, I'm not where I need to be, or I'm arguably I'm right where I need to be, but I'm nowhere near where I have to sleep. So I'd like to thank y'all for hanging out with me, those who could. Um, Still gonna try to do a live stream. If I can do a brief one tomorrow afternoon, we'll do a lock picking from my house when I get back to my apartment stream. But if not, then I'll be back with the kiddies on Monday, but not live. All right. Bye from Brooklyn. Forget about it. Yo!